Do you know the heart is one muscle? I'll show you later. Stick around. Yeah, it is one muscle. The lungs, they will occupy, if they're opened up, they'll occupy the space of a tennis court. I'm talking about the human lung. Phepda. I don't think we know where the spleen is exactly. Do you know? I don't think so, you know. You know, our blood vessels in the lungs, if they are, forget that, DNA. If you unwind all our DNA, we'll go from here till Pluto. Shocking. मैं भी बहुत मजेदार बुक पढ़ रहा हूँ, तो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम गेटिंग, सो डोंट बी इम्प्रेस्ड, ये मेरा डेटा नहीं है, एक बहुत ही अमेजिंग बुक है. आई विल टेल यू मोर अबाउट इट, बट फॉर नाउ इफ यू आर हियर प्लीज जस्ट से हाय, सो वी कैन चैट. आज मैं एग्स बना रहा हूँ, एग्स एग्स आई एम गोइंग टू यूज एग्स फॉर सैलड. हाँ, अंडे का सैलड बना सकते हो. मैंने क्या बताया था, सैलड में सब कुछ डलता है, सब कुछ डल सकता है. सैलड ओरिजिनल वर्ड क्या था, डू यू रिमेंबर? सलाटे. व्हाट डज सलाटे मीन? सलाटे literally means salt. So if you've not caught, अगर आप देर से आए and if you've missed the first few things that I just realized I told you, is that our heart, जो हमारा दिल है ना, वो एक मसल है. ये देखो, see this, ये अगर अनवाइंड करोगे ना तो पूरा एक मसल निकल के आएगा. Yes. So the idea being that I wanted to show you something कि हमारा दिल एक है. हमको क्या बहुत सिखाया गया कि 2-3 कंपार्टमेंट्स में डिवाइडेड होता है, एंड वो सब सही है, बट दोज कंपार्टमेंट्स आर क्रिएटेड एज पार्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन हार्ट्स एनाटॉमी. एंड गेस व्हाट गेस बिफोर दैट वी डू शार्पनिंग ऑफ द नाइफ. ये है बेसिक. हम यहाँ से स्टार्ट करते हैं, कुछ भी स्टार्ट करते हैं, तभी हम सोते हैं. इनफैक्ट हम सो के उठते हैं जब अपनी मम्मी के कोख से निकलते हैं. Our mothers have kept us sleeping. That whole, तो ही तो, क्या है sleep? That is the big question here. I will tell you a wonderful story. हुआ क्या कि all of these philosophers, जो ये अब ग्रीक philosophers थे, philosophy basically क्या थी? Study of self. मैं कौन हूँ, ओम, अहम. तो ये फिलॉसफी के एजुकेशन करने वाले, जो चाहने वाले लोग थे, एरिस्टोटल एंड ग्रीस में थे बहुत फेमस लोग. इन लोगों ने लोगों को रोक रोक के पूछना, भाई क्या कर रहे हो यार, तुम ऐसे कैसे चले जा रहे हो आंख बंद करके, रुको, पॉज एंड रिफ्लेक्ट. व्हेन इफ यू आर हियर प्लीज से हाय, सो आई नो दैट यू आर हियर. सो पॉज एंड रिफ्लेक्ट. पीपल आर लाइक, बॉस काम पे जाना है, ड्यूटी पे. तो study of self was reserved for the elite, for the rich. Not everybody could really afford it. Even today, आज भी philosophy, भाई या तो अपना philosophy अपने पास रख ले यार, अपन तो जीने के लिए जीते हैं. रुक जाओ, we'll talk more about that later. But क्या हुआ scientifically, what happened was a German came along, a German by the name of Wilhelm Wundt. If I am saying it correctly, Wilhelm Wundt. He was the guy who came up with this idea that, hey, hold on, lettuce. Very simple, no rocket science. Basic stuff. We're going to use lettuce to create some crunchiness. अंडा आएगा, अनियन आएगा. बता रहा हूँ फिलोसफी की स्टोरी बता रहा हूँ. कहाँ से फिलोसफी का साइकोलॉजी में कन्वर्जन कहाँ हुआ? इट इज, देयर इज अ कन्वर्जन पॉइंट. सो क्या स्टार्ट जो हुआ तो बहुत सही स्टार्ट. और एक मिनट पहले मेरे को ये बता दूं आपको कि दिस टाइम आई एम चॉपिंग अनियंस इन अ न्यू वे एंड आई ऑलमोस्ट फॉरगॉट. अभी पोपट हो सकता था, क्योंकि ये अंडे वाला सैलेड है, इसके अंदर अनियंस छोटे होने चाहिए, नहीं तो वो गिराएगा अंडे के साथ. ये मेरा ऑब्जर्वेशन था लास्ट टाइम व्हेन आई वाज मेकिंग इट. सो विल्हाइम वुंथ करके एक अंकल, जेंटलमैन, जर्मन अंकल आए. इन्होंने बोला, देखो ये सब बंद करो बकवास, हम साइंस के द्वारा ये एस्टैब्लिश करेंगे कि ब्रेन कैसे काम करता है. हम टेस्ट्स करेंगे, एक्सपेरिमेंट्स करेंगे, और हम डेटा लेंगे, और करते करते 150 साल में ये हाल हो गया कि जो एग्जिस्टिंग क्वेश्चंस थे उनके आंसर्स आए नहीं और 1000 नए सवाल आ गए. So the story of philosophy, which was the study of self, kind of went into this whole direction of study of the human brain, an organ. And what the hell is this organ? Think about it. Top grade, 1500, 1700 grams of top grade fat, जिसके अंदर ये cells suspended हैं, neural cells, and they are sending electrical impulses down this complex wiring system that's constantly evolving. If you can pause and reflect on this, you can appreciate, हे भगवान क्या चीज है भाई, है ना. एंड मजेदार चीज क्या है, ये हम हैं. सो एंड फिलोसफी का भी यही था, आई एम यू मी आई एम, वही है ना फिलोसफी में भी. और यहाँ भी वही है सीन इवेंचुअली. तभी देखो ना, मिरर का किसी के मिरर का कोई ओनर नहीं है, पैटेंट नहीं है मिरर का. मिरर, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस रिफ्लेक्टिव थिंग दैट दे मेक, जिसमें हम शक्ल देखते हैं रोज उठते ही. सो के उठते जाते ही पहली चीज आके शक्ल देखते हैं, है कि नहीं. इंटरेस्टिंग. कौन सा जानवर करता है बताओ. उनको पता भी है क्या मिरर क्या होता है. इनफैक्ट इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, दे डिड एन एक्सपेरिमेंट. एक शीशा लगाया और वेरियस एनिमल्स को, नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं वो वीडियो ढूंढता हूँ, डाउनलोड करके दिखाता हूँ आपको अगर आपने नहीं देखा ऑलरेडी तो. एंड उनको शीशा दिखाया जंगल में. क्या हुआ, पपुआ न्यू गिनी में एक ट्राइब रहती है, वहाँ ये ब्रिटिश टूरिस्ट पहुंचे. एंड दिस इज क्वाइट रिसेंट, मतलब 100 साल भी नहीं हुए होंगे इस चीज़ को. और इन लोगों ने शीशा, चीफ्टन्स, वो कैप्टन, सब विलेज के लोग आए हुए थे, बिकॉज इट वॉज अ पीस मीटिंग. एंड खाना वाना खा रहे थे. इनको शक्ल दिखाई, शीशा दिखाया इनको. एंड ये इनको लगा कि ये डेविल का है बंदा है. उबाल के खा गए इन लोगों को. मिरर्स वर, बिकॉज मिरर वर, अरे मिरर एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है. इट इज एक्चुअली अ फाउंडेशन. ओके, यू विल लव दिस. गॉर्डन गैलप, he did this experiment. 70s, I think 79, 1979, I could be wrong, or 67. एक्सपेरिमेंट क्या था, एक्सपेरिमेंट था माँ और बच्चे का, ठीक है. a mother and her child. The mother is sitting in front of a mirror with the child in her lap, ठीक है. नाउ चाइल्ड को तो दिख नहीं रहा शीशा, मदर को दिख रहा है. क्या होगा फिर, अभी मम्मी ने बच्चे को घुमाया, शीशा दिखाया, बच्चे ने शीशा देखा, हैं किया थोड़ा, मम्मी ने घुमा दिया. फिर मम्मी ने उस बच्चे की नाक पे दाग लगाया. शीशा सामने है, बच्चे की नाक पे दाग लगाया. मुंडी वापस घुमाई, मतलब बॉडी के साथ घुमाई, सिर्फ मुंडी नहीं घुमाई. और शीशा दिखाया. बच्चे ने बोला, हाय गैब्रियल, व्हाट्स अप. I'm assuming you speak English, so I'll repeat the story quickly. What happened? Gordon Gallup, he did this experiment, and a mother is sitting with a child facing a mirror. The child can't see the mirror. So the mom turns the child around. The child sees the mirror. Mom turns the child back around, puts a mark on the child's nose, turns the child around, and guess what? The child couldn't care less. These infants, they noticed nothing wrong up until the age of 14, 18. Pause here, all right? 14 months. About 14 to 18 months, these kids, when their mother would turn them, they started touching their nose. How cool is that? They could identify they were looking at their own self. So they did this experiment with the mirror in front of, in the animal kingdom, for animals to see their own reflection, and what do they think about it? How does it go for them? Where are you from, Gabriel? Which part of the world are you from? Is it morning there? Is it night there? Is there light there? Is there darkness there? The world's kind of split in places, isn't it? It's an unfortunate part that of When attempting this experiment with dogs, they found no sense of self until they accounted for the strength of smell. Okay, tell me more about this. What do you mean? Who did this test? Because the dogs, interesting. Their sense of self, is it? Wow. How the hell did they study this? Okay, who are these champions? I mean, somebody studied the dog's sense of self, and that's enlightened. That person is lit up to the hilt. Tell me I'm wrong. Today I'm making egg salad. Yeah, it's just basic eggs and some onions. I tell you what, I got something interesting. These are um, leaves of the onion plant. There's onions growing up on the roof. I do aquaponics. If you've not seen my channel, go have a look at my channel. Actually, for the rest of you, when you come here, please just say hi so I know that you're here. Then I'll get a chance to chat with you and engage with you and ask you questions. And maybe not like Gabriel here, I'm asking him or her, where are you from? Which part of this beautiful planet are you from, man? I am currently in Pune. You know Pune? Have you heard of this city called Pune? It's about 200 kilometers east of Mumbai. Mumbai, you heard of Mumbai? Who hasn't heard of Mumbai, man? Everybody knows Mumbai. You gotta. It's where they do Bollywood. Have you seen Bollywood? Have you seen anything from Bollywood? Where are you from, Gabriel? Anywho, if Gabriel you're still around, say hi, else I'll go back to my native. 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 Native means where I belong. I belong to this land called Devbhumi. Devbhumi, where we speak this language of the gods. It was originally Sanskrit, and then it was broken down into a couple of scripts regionally used. I don't know who did it and why, but I know that there is a little doll clay figurine that has a dog. Oh, you're from North America? That's a big piece of land to be from. So it's got to be like evening there. I mean, time for you to go to bed. I'm from Devbhumi. This is land called India. Have you been here? Have you seen how people operate here? I'm sure you must have bumped into a few Indians. It's just not, we're like snakes, we're everywhere. And we're awesome. Well, at least our women are. Half of us are awesome, at least. Have you seen these photographs? Yesterday I saw some photographs of, there's a place called Gurgaon near Delhi, Gurugram. And it's raining apparently. And you can see the shocking images. It's an 8-lane expressway. I know it happens in LA every day. Every day, I know it happens in LA, but that's not what my point is. My point is we don't have. Well, actually, now that not a good comparison. I'm blowing my own brain. Actually, you're right. Things are changing. I also read yesterday somebody who's come down from North America, and the person is complaining. Man, coffee here is like $20. Yeah. So he's saying, how the hell, where are you guys getting the money from? Oh, that makes sense. So do me a favor. Why don't you join me? I love your comment, bro. Thanks so much. Why don't you do this? Join me for a live chat. Uh, does YouTube allow me? I can do this through Instagram if you're cool. Let's do this there. I would love to get to know what you think about what I think about. Well, I don't actually think about this all day. I mean, it's just now. I'm chopping and making. Here's my producer. Have you met him? Benjamin, come here. Can you see him? I don't know if you can see him. Can you see him? Can you see a little snout? No, you can't see anything, I guess. Next time, I'm going to set up a camera for him. His name is Benjamin Franklin. I'm sorry. No offense, bro. He's just awesome. You know, I'm taking him for a walk. He was like a puppy, right? So I wish you could see him. One of his folks did a beagle in their time, so he's got genes of a beagle. but he's actually a streetie. He's a rescue from the streets. Um, yeah, so I'm taking him for a walk. Okay, and there's another person bringing another little beagle. Now he's a pup and he's a beagle. That guy's a pure beagle. This guy's not a beagle, but they both look exactly the same. So this gentleman or this lady is like, "Oh, how cute! Another beagle. What's his name?" And I'm like, "Oh shit! If I'm going to tell her that this guy is called Benjamin Franklin, she'll be like, really? What do you think of yourself, you idiot?" Types, you know. And I said, "Guess to hell with her." I said, "Mine. This fellow's name is Benjamin Franklin." She's turning around and saying, "Oh, cute! Mine's called Einstein." Thankfully, she didn't say Einstein. But my point being, all dog owners are mad. Do you have a dog? I used to have so many. They've all kind of merged into this one producer of mine who's like staring down my. I'm telling, I kid you not, amount of stress he's creating. Bro, I'm going to chop myself. Yeah. You want to say hi to Gabriel? Gabriel's from North America. Do you even know where is North America? Do you know where is North of America? Hey, that's funny. North of America. It was actually originally called Americas, if I'm not wrong, isn't it? I am so sorry. I'm zero as far as my geography is concerned. And off late, ever since I've come to know about the wrong maps that people have been drawing for the last century, I think it's time that. What's your Instagram name? Yeah, okay, cool. Instagram. Oh, I'll tell you what. Go check out what I do on my roof with aquaponics. Okay, so this channel is called Pluckit. Pluckit. So all one word. You'll see me biting into a leaf. Go have a look at that channel. Well, we can chat here for another 15-20 minutes by the time my appetite shoots up. And I can know. In fact, you should see. Have you heard of hemp seed? Do you know what's hemp seed oil in North America? Hey man, this is going to be so cool. Please back me up on this. Do you get stoned with hemp seed oil? Have you been that lucky? Have you been? Have you had hemp seed oil? Oh, I'm just kind of assuming that you're right there. You're from North America, man. You should be right there. No, no, I know hemp is. You guys were the biggest producers of hemp. Do you know this? George Washington grew this back then. I'm sure you know this. This is kind of mainstream syllabus in your schools and your colleges, right? Isn't it? But here, you'll be surprised. I sell this product. I make kaiben. This is a product that's made from fresh hemp seeds and flax seeds. It's a ratio because the omega ratio doesn't reach. Why it matters, how it matters, I've got shitloads to tell you, bro. And I'm not a doctor. So I don't have any reason to be right. I'm like constantly going around and asking doctors, hey, listen, is this okay? And my doctors are like, yeah, it's all fine, but how the hell do you know? And I'm like, I'm not the one who figured it out. I mean, the pharmaceutical companies did. That's not an industry that's connected to health in any way. It's not an industry of nutrition. It's not an industry of food. It's not even an industry of health. But it has wrapped itself like a coil, like a snake. I mean, we are made to believe that we need to eat pills as we grow older, younger, whatnot. And you know, in Ayurveda, there is a whole secret. And I'll lead you on to the secret about dogs. That is the secret. When an animal is not well, you know what they do? They starve themselves. Isn't that cool? Yep, that's the Ayurvedic secret that I was talking about. So you starve yourself. When you starve yourself, all your hormones, they reset. Your brain resets. Everything resets. And it's all for a good thing. It's all going to go to a good place eventually. And that good place is what? You know, in about 100 hours of staying hungry, and you don't just stay hungry as in you can eat some crap here and there left. No, no, I'm just. No, you've got to stay away from your maternal wants. It's a feeling that you get when you are away from your parent. If you have a dog, you'll have that feeling. That's a feeling that's very close to staying away from your dog. These are anxious feelings of the pangs and their emotional, overwhelming feral waves of. This is what is happening to the digestive system. When you're staying away from your maternal wants, and those maternal wants are stuff. Oh yeah, what do you mean not in some time? Now, but yes, not in some. I'm sorry, I lost you. What was I asking you? I know I'm assuming that you're answering something that I asked you, but that's cool. We'll do a chat. I know this is slower. You're gonna be. I'm sorry. We will be slipping on the wheels of time. How's that for a rhyme? Yeah, so we'll chat soon for sure, but you can have a look at my channel. I have been very fortunate to grow some good food. And here's something really interesting about aquaponics. I can't use pesticides. You know that that just totally changes everything. I'll tell you something even more wild about this. Now, I did an experiment. For 6 months, I grew food. For the rest of you, if you've just joined, please come say hi so I can chat with you also. I don't, I just met Gabriel right now. But we're going to have a chat together. He's promised he's going to be live from North America. This must be evening for you, bro. So this time good for you? Because this is the time I go live with salads. And once rains stop, I can probably make one salad on the roof and show you the roof. It's pretty cool. I mean, some of the stuff that I've had a chance to grow is pretty cool. So this experiment that I did, all right? So I got two buckets going, two sets actually of buckets going, spinach on two buckets. The first one I'm growing and I'm harvesting and I'm sharing and I'm just giving it away to people. The second one I'm charging money for, right? The plants know this. 6 months I carried on this experiment, and when I tallied my data, guess what? The buckets that I was growing money, the buckets that were growing money were half in food value. The harvest of the plants that I was giving away was double, more than twice of those that were being harvested for money. It's like if the plants know that you're going to get money out of this, they give you less. I know it makes no sense, right? Science doesn't teach us to think like this. It teaches us to think very laterally. Let me tell you another something very interesting about flavor. I'm going to use eggs today, right? Stick around if it's not too late in the where you are. Flavor. How does flavor pan out for a plant in their life cycle? What role does flavor have? They're flavonoids, okay? They're chemical compounds that our tongue will come in touch with, in contact with, and it will generate these sensory hallucinations. That's what taste is. I've got lots more where this came from, but my point being that my producer's trying to get some footage, if you ask me. 4 eggs. You heard that? Can you hear this? Sorry, I lost my chain of thought. What was I telling you? I was telling you something. I know, Sylvia. I know I was telling you something interesting, but I've lost the chain of thought. Tell me what I was talking about. If I've used hemp seed, oh, okay. In some time now, yes, I could. The laws in my country are. Okay, I've got to pause and make fun of this, Gabriel. You said the laws in your country are draconian. Bro, I live in India. I just told my parents just 2 days ago. I was telling them, in my country, the navel was an organ, was a sexual organ. That's what the movies taught us. You don't believe me? Go watch a Bollywood movie, man. I'm not proud of it. Okay, well, maybe I am proud of the crowd. It's not a cultural thing. It's a education thing. When you don't educate, you've seen the movie The Village? Guess who made it? Draconian is you just have poor governance, maybe. That's fair. That's going around the world. There's a Japanese saying, when little men cast long shadows, you should know the sun is about to set. The Japanese were very wise. They were, huh? They're losing that wisdom slowly. The new generation is eh. So my grandfather was an army veteran, right? He's fought all the 3 wars that India has ever had with their neighboring love and hate affair, Pakistan. And he used to always say, if in war you're alive, you're doing very well. I mean, you don't need to worry if you're alive. And I I would second that. So if you guys have a draconian idea about how the legal system works, I don't think you should complain, man. It's across the board. Every one of us is going through some form of um, organized crime. You know, in my country, in India, we have there is an entrepreneurial spirit. If you, I don't know if you've had a chance to engage with Indians. Maybe you are a secret Indian pinging me from North America, and I love you for it. Thank you so much. Point being, irrespective of where you are, if you've engaged with Indians, you would have noticed one thing about us. We are very nice. We are good people. Yeah, we are very intelligent. We've been born and brought up with extremely high values. You would agree with this. It's difficult to find, but because we are so many, out of those 1 million people that you passed by from the railway station up onto the cab, one of them will pick your pocket and you'll say Indians are cheats. Hey, listen, we're just so many of us. Just be, it's a jungle, man. Be smart, be safe. Don't walk with your purse and your ass and your wallet hanging out. Don't do all these things. It'll get flicked. You know, in my gym, there's this big sign that says, "We will not take responsibility for your belongings." And I'm like, hey, you guys are all like 40 inches across on your arms, man. Can I not trust my stuff with you? You were comparing oxytocin withdrawals to hunger over the course of 100 hours. Oh, that was a crazy idea. Yeah, I'm still studying up on this starving thing. I've not done my 100 hours yet. But there is this the idea of losing. Yeah, that's good. Thank you for bringing me back. There is this idea of staying away from your maternal connections. So you're trying, like, the feeling of staying away from your parent or somebody who's very close, not a human. It doesn't happen to humans that often. You'll be very lucky if you find even one such person in your life who creates this kind of a pang. But if you have that pang and you'll know how that pang feels. Your digestive system understands this pang by staying away from the rhizosphere, the rhizome areas of plants, because that's the shit that we eat. I mean, we literally want to eat the sun, this thing, round, shiny globe. I want to eat it. I'm a human. But it's so far, it's so hot, I can't. So what do? I put these plants to work. And when they do their job, I will eat them. Ain't that cool? So I'm not a farmer by profession. I am an engineer, man. Engineer, as in I studied engineering and I had nothing to do with it. I've tried my hand at doing various kinds of businesses, succeeded in some, failed in most. And here I am, gifted with this chance to tell amazing stories to you in North America. That's far from India, right? It takes 17 freaking hours in a steel tube. Well, it must be taking so much longer back in the day when they didn't have this. And that's actually how hemp came to be discovered. These Vikings came about and they said, listen, there's this plant that grows east of Prussia. That's like really cool, you know. East as in they're trying to point to the Himalayan range. That's where this plant originally will grow. It will not allow anything else to grow here. You know this? They tried growing a strain in the hills of Himalayas. The Uttarakhand Sarkar, the government of Uttarakhand, the state which has the range in their control, part of the range. They tried growing hemp. Oh, thank you so much. Who is this? Oh, I love your smiley, bro. What's that with those? That's the Elon Musk smile in it. He's got his face upside down. I don't know. Don't ask me. I think he's an alien. I don't know. Let me take that back. I think he's letting out the fact that there are many aliens. Shh. We don't tell. I'm hoping to collect a bunch of aliens and get my own band going, bro. Honestly, that's why I'm doing this. I play a bit of the instruments. I've got a bit of the beat. I have no music knowledge. But I think me and my brother, we started jamming together, what, 5,000 years ago? It feels like that. And we've not yet, no, we don't have any production or any such shit going on. We're just bare minima. Most of people are, you know what? I think artists are bare minima. Maybe you're an alien. Well, that's what an alien would say if they land up here, wouldn't they? If an alien lands up here on this planet and wakes up and they says, I don't remember the first 14 months of my life. Hey, listen, that's my data, isn't it? Those are my memories. Whose tit I sucked? I better know. For those 14, 18 months, we have no memory. Where is that data? Who do I ask? I want you to pause and reflect on this. Okay, this is deep, crazy shit. Maybe I am the Aristotle that you've been looking for. How's that? Because I've got crazy ass stories about how philosophy, psychology, and they all came about, and how they merged and fornicated and came up with this really confused biotech ideas where we are being forced to believe that there is something else that's going to solve our problems. The solution is between the ears. That's those 1700 grams of top grade fat that's suspending these neurons that are sending electrical signals up and down our spine. Oh, and the bloody wiring system that evolves, continuously keeps changing. You know, there's this catalyst program where for the longest time the belief was, by the way, when somebody tells you that your blade doesn't need to be sharpened, they don't know anything. The sharpest blades are the ones that are kept. To keep them sharp, you need to do something with the blade, right? To keep your brain sharp, what do you need to do? You need to sleep. Yeah, I know you knew that, but what you didn't know was something so insightful. Imagine Abraham Lincoln from North America. You know what he said? He said 5 hours, tree in 5 hours, 4 hours I'm going to spend sharpening the blade. Now that's pretty good insight if you ask me. But each one of us, the moment we'll get the axe, we'll run straight to the tree. We won't bother checking if it's really sharp or not. Let's just hit it harder, man, harder. What I'm an engineer, are you? I guess I'm an engineer. You've raised a good question. I've been trained in electronics. That's where my father spent the money to train me. Well, the teachers tried. I used to ask difficult questions. Well, they were not difficult to me. I thought they would know the answers. But apparently they didn't like me enough to answer them, except one professor who was our department. So that's what I've been trained on, to answer your question. But now I think engineering by itself, I mean, I write code, man. I'm working on ESP. In fact, that's what keeps me awake right now, because I'm so bad at writing code. I have always found that to be a real difficult part of my existence. I come from I've written a bit of C, but I've not studied much of, I've not been able to enjoy the new languages, the server level stuff that people pride themselves on making apps and all that. So I'm more from the hardware button switches world, but I've never had a chance to work in the industry. So I'm just an engineer by trade. By it's like a singer, man. I've never worked in an industry. You want to eat a tum tum? He loves these cherry tomatoes. These cherry tomatoes are also harvested from my rooftop. Yeah. I'm just doing this open air. I'm not doing anything new. You know what I did? I did a big boo boo. I've left the lettuce leaves right at the bottom. That's kind of silly. But anyways, we'll deal with that when it comes about. For now, let's make the vinaigrette. Well, I'm not going to use anything from the vinegar kingdom. I will just use lemon juice, and I will do some salt and pepper. You'll see me. Hang on, stay with me. Let me show you what I'm going to bring out. Hey, listen, a couple of notes on a salad, especially if you're doing a salad that involves boiled egg. You can use fried egg too. Next time I'll make fried egg. A little lemon juice, right? I usually soak raisins in them. I'm out of raisins, so I'm not going to add them. But I will add my product in the end. It's called Kaiben. That's actually how this live stream started, and still carries on. I used to make these salads with Kaiben every day, and in due course of time, I started enjoying the benefits. Now, why are they working and how they're working, I will tell you. Please join my channel. I'll share more with you. This is salt and lemon. I will add some pepper. I will add some oregano. In India, we call it oregano. So when you're here, don't ask for oregano, ask for oregano, and they'll immediately know you're Indian. You must make a trip. If you're from North America, you must come to India. Hey, we send so many people over there. Why shouldn't you? Let me tell you, my behavior towards you would have been very different if you had told me I'm from, say, Pakistan. Though I have a fondness for those people, they're amazing people. The food is awesome, but I will reserve my comments, especially because recently there is this kitty war that's going on in the world. I'm sure you're following geopolitics right now. It's the most exciting time in the world. Not because these bitches are fighting with each other, but because the rest of us can get to see the live stream literally every day, every second. Who has bitched about whose mother? We are watching this kindergarten fight 24/7. Well, I'm not watching 24/7. I'm sorry, but I know what the fight is like. It's not the first time they've been doing this. You've read the book same as ever? If you've stuck around with me so far, you're special. Thank you. And I can tell you this, you would have had a bunch of things that you would have caught on. I'm warning you, I have this effect. I am an alien. Don't tell everybody, they'll pack me up. They'll send me back. I don't want to go back. I love this. I love it here. Earth beings are awesome. They're our food. And I was born in the country which makes the best food. You know, my state, it's called the Kanda state. All right, this is called Kanda. It has at least 20, 30 names in my country. There you go. One thing that grows, and this is just an ingredient. We've got at least 5 or 10 different sweets for each festival in each state. And I think I'm being very conservative. I'm repeating myself. Oops. Whoops. So this is, you know what I'm saying? That's the problem. It's like a sheet that's just going to lift up. That's what happens during an earthquake. Wonderful way to teach earthquake to someone. Well, yeah, that's actually what happens. That plates, they move. So everything on top, the salad above them just moves and falls out. That's why they say, no, you shouldn't be putting load. I have no idea what this is going to be like. So please don't judge me just yet. I'm going to add some tomato sauce to it, okay? This is ketchup. Ketchup and sauce. I heard a big boo-boo coming from the producer side. No mustard! The sourness, the chilliness, then I'll add the cayenne. This is what it looks like. It's made, I'm opening a fresh bottle. This cutter. This is made from hemp seed and flax seed. Yeah, I can be generous in this. This is really well cleaned out, processed, and safe to eat. That was actually what I was asking Gabriel. If he's tried this before, and what has he observed? What were the things that stood out? All right, because I had a customer who not a customer. She bought from me in the market. There's a market in Bandra, in quite wild. The president of my country made it, and the stores. Whoa. That's a lot of information to take. Are you serious? Trump's on his way out? I'm filming from India. It's called Dev Bhumi. It's a land of countries, of so many people. I just told you 5 sweets per festival, per state. Mm, mm. Smashing, bro. You know what makes the flavor? Fats. That's where the flavor comes from. So fats don't lead to becoming fat. It's a very, very incorrect way of looking at life. Seed oils, all of the oils, anything you're eating, eat it fresh. The secret to good food is to eat it as fresh as possible. They don't call them land of the rising sun. They call them the land of the rising sun. Their ideas are about how they live. Of course, they used to be. Sure, I don't want to judge you. I don't want to judge anyone. I'm not being a racist. I hope you don't mind. I wish you the best of luck. Governance across the world is suffering. This is the time for the smartest. Because I'll tell you what, 1% of the world is bringing the 99% down. So the internet is a fabulous place for all of us to come together to be able to bring humanity back to what it's supposed to be. Awesome. I'll see you tomorrow 12:30 with another salad. Cool. Tomorrow I'm going to try to cook a pasta salad. I'm not going to cook. It's a pre-made thing. I'm going to boil, all right? So I'm going to have garlic in it maybe. I'll see you again tomorrow 12:30. Bye-bye.